Hi guys and girls. I'm going to show you a little bit more about the VR today. I've been testing it for a whole day and it's a fantastic experience. I'm going to show you how I set it up. I set it up here, up in the corner of the room. There is one of the transmitters right there. The transmitter transmits laser signals that is being spun around on a couple of motors that is spreading them in 120 degrees all over the room, and a sort of a channel system or something like that that tells you what kind of channel it is on. The other one is up here, as you can see. Hope you can see it anyway, because I'm having a big stand on this one, so I'm going to place this camera later. So I have it across the room. The VR set is just down here, and you can see on the screen here that it moves around when I move this VR headset around. But you can't really get that kind of experience just for watching it from the camera here. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to tell you my first day's experience with this. I'm going to quickly show you when I play with it. And see if you can actually get an idea. I doubt it though, but we have plenty of vlogs to come and there's plenty of stuff to show. I have currently just activated what is called the Lab. It's a software from Valve, I think, which is kind of cool because it looks really realistic. In some areas it looks more adventurous and stuff like that. It gets tangled up with all my use. I've been using this VR set for like so many hours. Because it's really, really addictive. I have to unwind this thing, I think, a little bit. Like that. So the cable is unwinded. Should have done that previously. That's one of the little quirks with the thing is not being wireless and all that. And the goggles and stuff like that. I don't think you can see anything in there, but if you watch the screen, maybe you can see something. I'm not sure. Well, let's find out. Anyway. The thing about this is that I can even see where remote controls are in here, but I cannot see anything in the room itself. But even I have the sunlight out here, it is still amazing. I can still see everything, and you can't see the remotes on the screen, but I can see them inside of this. Not because of the camera in here, but because they are represented in a 3D inside of this. It's a pity I can't really show you this, because it looks absolutely amazing. I'm going to start the game. See if there's a start panel here somewhere. I don't know if you can see that on the screen or not, but there's like a start panel I can use here, and it makes me load. I can't even see the screen, so I don't know what you guys see, but anyway, that's how it works. It's loading right now. One of the things that really makes 3D work, despite being at relatively low resolution, is that, let's see where I am, it's the fact that it's so real time that you don't really see the syncing, video syncing, or the updates or anything like that, because it just looks freaking crazy amazing. There is this game over here. Hi there, little one. Come here, you. Yeah, you can come here and pet you. Look at that. I don't know if you can see I'm petting a dog here, but anyway, let's go. I can go here with the help of just pointing in the direction I want to go. And I can take this bubble into me, and that means I start a video game right now. I'm going to start a video game called The Slingshot. It is by far one of the most realistic games I've seen inside of this virtual reality world. And it looks absolutely insanely realistic. I can even walk over. To the apparatus itself and look at the details. The object here is the smash stuff, and that's kind of funny because it's kind of real time and kind of funny. And you get more and more points for smashing more and more stuff. And I suck at this, needless to say, but I've only had it for a few hours anyway. But it's really fun.
This is the Emergency Preparedness Corps. Please calibrate to enable emergency preparedness.
Come on, I can do better than that. Maybe you can grab that remote control there and lower that thing. See here. The interesting thing is it feels very real. There's nothing unreal about this at all. Ah, crap. I think I've used it all. Oh well, never mind. Let's just end this and go to the virtual reality menu and turn this off for now. Exit VR. There you go. Turns off automatically when I do that. Alright. That probably looked ridiculous. Anyway, I'm gonna explain to you a few things about this VR thing. And that is that VR is fantastic, okay? It is absolutely freaking mind-blowing. There's a couple of things I can talk about that is displeasing, and there's a couple of things that is really pleasing. One of the most pleasing things about VR, virtual reality, is that it looks real. Even if the screen is relatively low resolution, there's like 1,000 times 1,000 pixels, something like that, each viewfinder. But you forget about that because the focus, the optics inside of it, sort of is kind of out of focus, just like real glasses on the around it, and that makes it look much more high resolution. And when you focus on the objects of the game, it's so anti-aliased and looks so gorgeous and it's so real time that you actually forget that it is fake, because it looks so real, especially if the textures are really good. And one of the biggest advantages I've noticed is that because of the real-time nature, it makes it look so real. I can't possibly display this on television. You can Google it and you can look to YouTube and you can find lots of good videos, but it all will look like, it doesn't look that great. But trust me, it is fantastic. The VR immersion in this stuff is so amazing, it's going to blow your mind. It really justifies the price. One of the things that is negative though, is that the controllers here, they sometimes get stuck here on these remote controllers. I think that's the one. Now this is the springy one. This one you can see, this one has a good spring to it. The other one, well, not so much. It sometimes hangs a little bit, but it varies from day to day. So there are still a few production bugs, so I don't think they have become entirely ready for production yet, because they have a lot of bugs. And a lot of people have been writing about this. But a lot of complaints that people have been complaining about is the lag and the jittering and bad positioning and all kinds of stuff. Not real. I have a really strong computer. I have followed all their specifications, all the correct installations, all the correct hardware specifications, and that's what counts. I have a GTX from NVIDIA 1070 card, which is mind-blowingly fast, way faster in some areas than the 980, which used to be the top of the end card before. And I have a Intel 7 5820 6-core processor running at 3.3 GHz and 32 GB DDR4 RAM. So I have all the right specifications to run this really smoothly. And trust me, it runs really smoothly. It is mind-blowing 3D. I can tell you, when I was sitting there in the Portal elevator on the way down, and I had to look down like that, I said, oh my god, this looks real. It is so real that when I shut this off, I actually still think about it, because it sometimes looks more real than real life itself. Because it exaggerates the depth, 3D depth feeling that you get so much that it looks really crazy 3D. You really feel it like you're totally immersed in it. So I think 3D is ready now. Virtual reality is now ready for the mainstream, and they did the right thing by releasing this to you guys. Because I can guarantee you this, it may cost you a lot of money, but you're gonna have much more fun than you would ever have with probably the PlayStation 4 VR. All those cheap VR editions, they can probably give you some feelings and some reality, just like those cell phones. You can buy some VR kit to the cell phones, but it doesn't look the same. You can look at it like this. Those cell phones you can buy VR kits to, it's kind of like a 3D television. It'll give you sort of the same effect, but you can't really get the same sort of immersions that you get here because of the extremely advanced sensors that these things have. I'll show you. If you look at the sensors here, can you see all those holes everywhere? Those are small photodiodes. photosensitive diodes. And I can tell you, they are absolutely everywhere on the device. The same thing goes for controllers. If you look at the controllers, they have these small rings everywhere. Those are actually sensors. And that is exactly what those laser, they pick up from those laser things that you see up here that emits laser beams. So yeah. So that's just the first day with the virtual reality. And I can tell you, it's absolutely amazing. And no matter how much I'm trying to explain to you how cool this is, how fantastic this is, there's only one way to do it, and that's try it yourself. Because there's no YouTube video out there that can really show you how good this really is. I had no idea how great this would be. I spent 10 hours yesterday in virtual reality. I didn't even think about eating food or drinking water, which you have to remember once in a while. Because it was just like I was 12 years ago, now 12 years again, and I was getting my first computer where I can program my own computer games. I have the same feeling right now at the age of almost 50 years old. I feel like a 12-year-old again because it is such an amazing trendsetter. It's going to be a game changer for all video games that you're ever going to see. When you play Portal and just, God help us all, if Half-Life 2 comes out, now 3 comes out, maybe in virtual reality, we're never going to leave home again. I'm not kidding. This is like, wow stuff. But okay, I'm going to play some more with it and I'm going to tell you about it later. So see you around. Don't forget to subscribe and click like if you like to hear these kind of reports.